Hello, we are Craig and Janice, and welcome back to Cruising Off Duty. If you've been watching the channel, you know we're doing our summer sailing series. This year, we left our home base of Kingston, went through the beautiful Bay of Quinte, then out into Lake Ontario, where we do kind of a westerly, counterclockwise passage around the Canadian side of Lake Ontario. Unfortunately, COVID closed down the US side to us, but these were all cities and towns we'd never explored by boat before, so we're learning a lot as we go. In the last episodes, you've seen us go to places like Cobourg, Pickering, and of course the jewel of the whole trip was Toronto, and now we've moved further west to Oakville. And in the last episode you saw we went up a little inlet. It was a bit tight, no real obvious visitor dock, so we went back out and anchored by a beach. And that's where we planned to stay overnight, but then we realized we really need to go shopping, and we did see this big cement wall with lots of places to tie on, so we thought maybe we'll go back there. So our decision not to anchor out and to tie to a public wall had its benefits that we could go to shore, go shopping, walk around, check things out without having to use our dinghy. The downside is you might have an unexpected visitor in the middle of the night. More on that in this episode, so stay tuned.
Weigh anchor and hoist the sail.
Hey, so we were anchored out in the beach area earlier in Bronte, next to Bronte Park in Oakville, and then we came in because we need some groceries. And we found a spot on the wall, so we've just tied on there. We're gonna walk to the metro, which is a couple blocks away, and get some ice cream on whatever promenade this is. It's very popular. So.
We've been seeing lots of people walking by with ice cream, and it's a nice hot summer night, so we're gonna enjoy.
Yes.
Bye for now. Good morning from Oakville.
Hey, it's Saturday.
We went for a walk last night in Oakville, beautiful place. We'll probably give you some clips as we go for this bike ride we're about to do.
So next to us on the other side of this channel is Bronte Park, where I used to go as a kid with my aunt. I think that's the right one anyway.
There's a beach there too, yeah.
So we're gonna go bike around the other side and check that out.
So we have to bike down and around over a bridge. So it's a bit of it would have been a long walk.
Yeah.
So we decided instead of walking, we'd get out our bikes, which we haven't used as much as we would like. We used it in Cobourg. Cobourg?
No, Toronto.
Toronto, that's right. Yes, we went to Toronto to go grocery shopping. But we want to explore on bikes, get to cover a lot more area. But I just wanted to put out a little bit of a warning. This is a super nice affluent
Yeah,
area.
I consider Oakville like an upper middle class.
Yeah.
There's, you know, it's all nice homes and etc. But we did see a few skids last night.
Yeah. We walked till around 11 on the boardwalk back here. I'll just turn around. So we're anchored. We're tied to a visitor dock, and we could have tied on that part too, but we found that this area up there was very busy. Lots of people walking yesterday, so we tied back here, kind of out of the way. Nobody really comes down this far on the boardwalk. The downside about being out of the way is then you become more likely to become a victim of theft. So last night, after we walked till around 11, we watched a few shows on our iPad, then we went to bed around midnight.
Yep.
Now Janice slept through this entire thing, so I'll have to tell you the story. So around 1:30 in the morning, I felt the boat really rock, and my first reaction was, oh, somebody must have gone by with a power boat and set a big wake off. But I'm a light sleeper. I had a little mask to stop the light from coming in, so I flipped it up and I saw lights in the cockpit. Yeah. So I thought the only thing that came to my mind at first was Janice had gotten up and somehow or other had gotten off and on the boat, and I said, is that you? And then this man's voice goes, oh, sorry, are you sleeping on your boat? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, oh, okay, I'm just looking for my son. He's a drug addict. I didn't know if he's on here. And I'm thinking, uh-huh. And he goes, oh, sorry for disturbing you. And he got off. Now, come on, I'm not an idiot. So I knew that wasn't what the story really was. Clearly, if his son was on board, or he thought his son was on board, he could have knocked on the hull and yelled out a name or done something to wake us up, and then asked if his son was on board. He was obviously clearly getting on our boat.
Looking for stuff to grab.
Looking for stuff to steal. So that was a little disconcerting. So after he got off, I said loudly, because I thought by this point Janice was up listening to this whole thing.
Well, I heard him leaving the boat because he was yelling to somebody.
Yeah, he's down on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the cover for his story. But I said to her, boy, that was bullshit. And she didn't answer. And then I realized in the morning, did you not hear any of that going on last night? And she goes, no. And so she heard somebody yelling, but she didn't realize he was on the boat. So she slept through the whole thing. Luckily, I'm a light sleeper. Yeah. But this guy clearly didn't know anything about boats, because both of our, just like it is now, our hatches were open. We have floaty,
back there.
Her shirt was hanging. We have floaty chairs hanging on our Canada flag. Because it was hot, we had our companionway door open with just a bug net hanging down. I mean, if he had a flashlight, he could have easily shot the light on our boat and realized that clearly somebody's sleeping on this boat. I mean, nobody leaves all their hatches and their companionway open if they're not on their boat. So he should have known. And also getting on the boat, he didn't gingerly slide one foot on, then the other, and make a nice quiet, because he could have gotten on without waking me if he'd been really, really careful. He sort of just jumped on, which made the whole boat move, so he must have been a big guy. Anyways, for him to not expect somebody to be on board means he doesn't know anything about boating. So, oh well. Nothing, no harm, no foul. Nope. He went away as soon as he found out I was on board, so I didn't have to confront him. But just a word to the wise, even if you are in a relatively affluent area, there's always people out there that are looking to take advantage.
There's always the offspring.
Yeah.
That didn't turn out.
The offspring. People who need money for drugs or whatever, and they're going to take any opportunity to steal whatever they can. If it's not nailed down, it's going to be gone. So I guess he assumed the boat was just here alone and he could go rummage around. Anyways, we're going to take that bike ride in what is a very nice town.
Beautiful right now.
We don't want to judge. We're not judging by one person, but it is what it is.
Every town, no matter how nice, has a few of them.
Yeah. Okay, ciao for now.
Okay, I learned something shooting this footage. My usual inconspicuous point and shoot camera is the Canon G7X Mark II. Now it has amazing image stabilization when you're holding the camera. But clearly when you mount it to your handlebars, those little micro jitters, it's not a GoPro. It doesn't know what to do with it, and it turns the whole screen into jello, as you can see. So going forward after I saw this clip, I start hand holding it, which is a little bit more skillful because you have to ride a bike and point a camera with the other hand at the same time, which is kind of a pain, but at least gets rid of the jello effect.
Okay, we biked around to the beach. We'll give you a shot. This is where you went as a kid, or when you were younger?
At least once.
Yeah, okay. We were anchored directly out here yesterday and we went swimming off our boat. We were right there, not too far out. And we thought about staying there all night and just dinghying to the cement wall and going to shop and all that from there, but then we found that visitor dock and we thought, why have to go through the hassle of dinghying with our bikes? So, but yeah, we were right there. It's kind of nice, kind of warm. Warmer than most places we've been swimming here in Lake Ontario.
We sat in our chair for a while, had a drink.
Yes, we had our floaty chairs. So yeah, if you're here and you just want to anchor for a bit, that area out there is kind of mud sand sort of, and it's not too deep. It was about 10 feet deep, so it's a good spot. And yeah, it's gonna be a hot one, so we wanted to get this bike over with before it got to be crazy.
Too steamy.
Too steamy.
Let's walk to that end and then to the other end.
Okay. So this is the edge of the beach. There's the stairs to something. Now, curiosity is getting the better of us. We need to know what it is. Hopefully it's a good lookout. Top of the stairs. Sort of trails through the trees. And of course, you can look at the water. Nice, the shade's nice. Camera doesn't do it justice, but it's 10 a.m. and it's already stinking hot. So but there's no picnic benches or anything, so it's purely for walking. So a little few lookouts along the trail. You can see across the beach bay there to the big marina. I forget what it's called now, but it's here in Oakville. Mostly looks like it's kind of like a mountain bike trail that we're on. So yeah, if you're into that sort of thing, this would be a spot to go. But we're probably gonna head back because it's hot. We can bike some other spots. We were just asking to have stuff stolen. Of course, we take this little bike ride away from our boat after telling you about how we were almost the victim of thieves, and we forget to bring a bike lock, so we're just sort of trusting nobody steals our bike. Anyways, we're going to see what else we can see. Okay, we biked from the beach over to Janice's favorite coffee place.
McDonald's.
Yeah, but we're not going to get coffee because it's
stinking hot.
Yeah, we're gonna get iced coffee, but yeah, they have pretty much, we didn't show you the footage, but if you drive down this main drag, there's like everything you can imagine. There's Tim Hortons, there's Domino's Pizza, there's just so many places to eat, and this is really, really close to the boat. We actually walked here yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so it's not that far. So.
Nope.
Anyways, let's go get our takeout only iced coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, Google Maps is your friend. We Google mapped bike paths, and we found out just down the street from McDonald's on the other side of that Bronte marina is a bike path that follows the water. Now it's not paved, it's crushed gravel, stone, but hey, feel very nice. As you see, the whole time we're on this, we're going to be able to see the water. Should be nice.
This town is super nice. So we're commenting how it reminds us of Annapolis.
Yeah.
There are so many dog walkers and people on bikes and people jogging. Like,
everybody's super fitness oriented. So we gotta.
Except for the few skids that I could count on one hand or less.
Yeah.
So. One
of which tried to get on our boat last night.
Yeah.
All right, listen, go enjoy this cool breeze off the Lake Ontario. What's that?
indoor pool there. I guess it's for those condos.
Oh, she's saying it's very swanky and spa-like here. Nice condos right on the water as we bike along. Very nice. Yeah, it's very nice here. Janice said she could totally live here. It's a nice area. She said she's always loved Oakville. It's probably very expensive, especially to live on the water though. So yeah, she just said we can't afford to live here. It's funny how we think alike. There's boats anchored.
Yeah, I see Toronto.
No, we found a new, bigger park. Well, it doesn't look like they have sand. They have rounded rock for a beach. Interesting. Beautiful area though.
Hey, we were biking down Waterfront Trail and we found this other big park. This park's looking more familiar than the other park.
Yeah, this is the one.
This must be the park that we used to go to.
This is the one she was thinking of, not the one we were at. But this is, it's not sand, but it's nice water or rounded stones.
Which I actually prefer. I'm a weirdo that doesn't like sand. Especially when I know that all the birds poop in it and the dogs poop in it.
Yeah, this is definitely,
in it.
feels cleaner.
Yeah.
And it's soft on the feet with the rounded rocks. But the other thing I wanted to make note of is 2 boats anchored out here. So this is definitely a possibility for a place to anchor if you want to go to Oakville, but you don't want to pay for a marina.
And Toronto is over there.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it right about there.
Pokey,
you can see, if I zoom in maybe, I'll zoom. And you can see Toronto. It's funny how we've gone this far and we still can see the city. Anyways, this is definitely a place to, Oakville is definitely a place to visit. Like you can do what we did, try and anchor out or tie to the visitor dock and take your chances at night. Yeah, I probably would anchor out, just so you know. Okay, we found another attraction here at this Coronation Park, and even Janice is gonna do it. Hold on. It's a kids park, water, and Janice goes, she wants to be in the mist. She hates being hot. A little bit of biking has made her hot. Oh, she's actually gonna stand there till she's soaked. You're gonna be soaked. She hates being hot. All the kids are there and Janice. Oh, it's on one of those things that dumps buckets. How wet did you get?
Refreshingly.
Pretty damp.
So good though, we should do it. Want to turn?
Sure.
It's in this. Wait a second, it turned off. I guess there's a button you have to push somewhere.
Oh.
There's buttons on either side of it. You gotta push one, I think. Is it working? It's not working. Feels good. Me neither.
Maybe it just goes through a cycle.
Maybe.
You never know.
Oh, that kid knew what he was doing. He just didn't do it right. There. That's better. Yeah. Yeah. I'll take it. I'm gonna do it again. One more time.
For children. Children and Janice. Janice, round 2. Figured out what button. I pressed the button, but for some reason it didn't work for me. Need to be a child. Maybe it senses children's fingers. All right. You are sufficiently soaked. Ready for the ride back? I think we've gotten to the end of this trail. I don't think there's any more. All right. All right. She sees more trail. Bye for now. I got to go back to my styling ride. Okay, we biked all the way back, almost to where our boat is. We just thought we'd do one last stop here at this massive marina on the entrance to Bronte, part of Oakville.
It's the Bronte Outer Harbor Marina.
Is that what it's called? The Bronte Outer Harbor Marina. Very, very big. And there is a fuel dock. I did see it on the Google map. There's a fuel dock. I'm thinking that building over there is their fuel dock area. We do not need fuel right now, but if we did, this would be a good spot to pick it up. They have a nice park. Did you have a good bike ride? It was nice. All right, we should get back to our boat. Okay, we're pulling away from Bronte Harbor in Oakville. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Would definitely come back. Highly suggest if you're a boater in the area, you check that area out. Very nice everything. Nothing bad to say really.
No.
Other than nighttime
beavers trying to get on our boat, but you can't blame a town for it. Yeah, it's gonna be everywhere. There's always gonna be somebody trying to take advantage. But yeah, beautiful. Of course, we have another beautiful day. No real clouds. A little bit of wind.
We get nothing but blazing sun all the time. It's like we're in the Caribbean right now.
Yeah.
It's like we took our vacation in Florida.
Exactly. We couldn't ask for better weather.
Yeah.
It's a little on the hot side in the middle of the day,
Yeah.
so we wanted to get the hell off the dock as quickly as we could.
The nights are amazing. Like I don't want to go to bed because it's so nice. It was full moon last night. It'll be full moon again tonight, so we're probably going to stay up late just enjoying the evening weather.
Yeah, we walked around until after 11 p.m.
There's
last
probably
night.
a lot of nightlife in Hamilton too. Like probably a lot going on if that's where we spend the night.
Yeah.
We'll want to.
We'll have to break out the bikes again.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're on our way. All right, you can see from the angle of the wind, 30 degrees, so it's a little tight. Maybe if we bear off a little bit more, I can maybe throw a Genoa up and get a little bit of assistance to our motor. Yeah. Yeah, we're not in a rush. We don't have very far to go. We only have like an hour and a half, maybe.
Right.
Okay.
So might as well stay. It's only going to be blazing hot when we get there, so might as well just stay out on the lake as long as possible.
As long as possible. So maybe we'll kill the Iron Jenny and put up the Genoa and just drift for a while. Can't ask for more than this. Nice. These guys know how to capture that little bit of wind. Sweet! I'd like to try that. Okay, there we go. Engine off, Genoa up. You might be asking why we don't also put the main up right now. Well, A, we're not in a rush. B, Janice is down below making us lunch. And when we put both up, there's a pretty good chance it's going to heal, especially if the wind gusts pick up. These were just the Genoa. We're doing about 3.7 knots. 3.5 shows there, but we were doing 3.7. There we are, 3.7 knots, and we don't have very far to go. So might as well sail in comfort. At least the engine's off, which is a nice sound. There's nothing more relaxing than sailing, no sound of engine. It's just a great sound, a great non-sound. There we go, fellow sailor. Full sails up. We're still just riding with the Genoa. But we're doing 3.6, 3.7 pretty much consistently. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, Janice is down taking a shower. So again, we're in no rush. Don't want to heal while she's showering or before when she was doing lunch. It's just so much more cash this way, you know. Pretty much flat, dead flat if you look. So it's almost like we're motoring, but we're not. But yeah, if we were a little more time pressed, we would definitely do that.
Join us in the next episode when we head southwest towards Burlington/Hamilton and this lift bridge, which, if anybody's been boating in a sailboat, you always know that the bridges always seem lower than your mast. And this optical illusion freaked Janice out, which in hindsight was kind of humorous. So stay tuned.
Don't stress me out, no. It's still rising. I can't tell either. I can't tell if it's tall enough at all. Like, how am I supposed to know? I can't tell. I don't like it. I don't know, but it's done lifting. I don't like that. I don't like how that looks. Stressful. I don't know. Oh, stress me out. Okay. Yeah, it's like 3 feet taller than our mast. I don't know, maybe 10.
Well, when your mast doesn't get caught in the rig and it doesn't come crashing down onto your deck, it is kind of humorous. But anyways, Hamilton, although from the outside when you first get in the bay, is very industrial and not so attractive from the water, once we got into Hamilton proper, it was beautiful. In fact, it has the best bike paths of any city we visited on this trip. It was awesome. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this episode and found it informative or entertaining, please show the channel some love by giving it a thumbs up. If you want to make sure you don't miss those future episodes, subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification so that you're notified the minute one is live. And as always, a special shout out to our patrons that support the channel. Now, we're both working people, so we're not living on Patreon. All I use the Patreon money for is to improve our camera gear to give you even better content. And I've got 3 new big purchases that we've just made that weren't around during the filming of this series. I have the Sony ZV-1, which is now my replacement for my small point and shoot camera when you want to be inconspicuous. I have the awesome A7S III, which I'm so excited to have. And I have a brand new gimbal that actually tracks my movement so I can film by myself and have, in essence, like a
robot cameraman follow me around. It's very cool. I'm going to showcase all of those after this summer series is done. I'm excited for all that, and I have to really thank the patrons that support the channel for allowing me to get that new camera gear to make even better content in the future. YouTube is definitely not a money-making proposition for 99% of the channels out there. We do it as a passion. It's just something we like to do. But of course, it costs a lot of money to get the latest gear in order to do things like 4K content, especially slow-mo 4K content. And gimbals that could actually track you are like game-changing, because being a solo shooter, you tend to just put it on a tripod and you can't really walk around because nobody turns the camera. So with this new gear, I plan to bring it to a new level in the future. I'm so excited for that. Hopefully you are as well. Wishing all of our wonderful viewers, subscribers, and patrons all the very best, and hope you are able to stay happy and healthy through this whole COVID fiasco. Good news today, it sounds like a vaccine is imminent, which hopefully is true. Then we can all get back to our normal lives. Until next time, this is Craig and Janice signing off, wishing you safe cruising. Ciao for now.
Weigh anchor and hoist the sail.